Hi everyone, this is Sam Gabriel, and in today's video we're going to take a look at how to automate the generation of certificates and renewal of certificates with Vault's PKI engine and with a tool called Consul-Template. So excited to show you how this works, as I had a few people ask me, we're glad that we can see how Vault can create certificates, but how do we automate the process so that we don't have to worry about, going in and creating new certificates, renewing certificates, and installing them on our server. So that's what we're going to do today based on the work that we did before with the Vault PKI engine and Grafana. So let's get started. All right, so on the screen here, you can see the workflow. I have my Vault server on the left-hand side handing out certificates. I have a Linux server hosting Grafana, and this is where we're going to generate the certificates and put them in the folder where Grafana knows to pick the certificate and the private key from. And now there's this tool created by HashiCorp a while ago called Consul-Template, initially created for Consul to talk to Consul, grab things from Consul like key value, values from the key value store within Consul, but HashiCorp also extended this to Vault. So now you can grab secrets from Vault and really install them wherever you want. And we've used this before in a previous video within Kubernetes to render secrets inside of a volume of a pod inside of Kubernetes, so that another container within that same pod can utilize those credentials. So that if you'd like to see that, refer to the video I'll have in the description below to see that in action within Kubernetes. All right, so for today, I'll explain the workflow really quickly. The Consul agent lives inside of Linux here, inside of the as a daemon basically, and what it does, it first authenticates into Vault. So it needs an authentication token that is valid and give it certain permissions to be able to update the certificates within the path for the PKI intermediate CA path within Vault. So don't give it the root token. Obviously you just want to specify specifically what credentials or what you need to do basically, and that is to access the secrets engine, the PKI secrets engine. All right, so the second thing is now it needs to renew the certificate within Vault, and then it renders that certificate and the private key inside of a Grafana folder based on a template file that we will create. And that will get created on it's kind of like almost like a cron job. It's working continuously to make sure that you renew the certificate. By default, I believe it's half the TTL of the certificate. All right, so let's get started. Let's take a look at a demo, see how this works in action now that we know the workflow. All right, for today, I have this automated cert renewal demo steps that we'll go through, and we just went through the diagram, how everything works. The first thing we want to do is create a Vault PKI policy. So you can do this several ways. You can do this through the CLI. You can create a file, call it pki.hcl, and put this in it. In here, you can see the path for our PKI, the intermediate PKI that we saw earlier in the previous video. And the capability here is to update. That's what we need to do. And then write the policy using this command. Now, I usually prefer to use the Terraform Vault provider to do all of this, so you can also do that as well. And then you have the second step is to generate a Vault token based on that policy. So you can use this CLI command as well. And Consul-Template, by the way, will also take on the task of refreshing the Vault token that you give it. All right, then the next step is to look at the Consul-Template configuration file and also the template files for Grafana. So we'll take a look at those in just a few minutes. And then the Consul-Template itself, we'll see how to run Consul-Template. You just run this command, give it the configuration file that we're going to go through. And then we're going to look at see how the certificates is going to only be valid for 30 seconds just for the demo, so I don't keep you too long. But eventually we'll move it to 90 days. And yeah, we'll just wait a little bit to see how it becomes invalid. And then when we refresh the page, you'll see that, you know, the new valid time and date is for another 30 seconds or so. All right, so let's get started first by looking at the different files that I have here. The config file, let's just close this and this. Take a look at the config file. This is the Consul-Template configuration file. In the beginning, you want to specify the Vault stanza here because we're talking to Vault, not Consul. The address of Vault, where Vault lives. And here you can put the token, the Vault token. I prefer to put it as an environment variable, and I use Vault token as the environment variable. And here you can say whether this is an unwrapped token or not. It's false. It's actually the real token. At some point, I'll probably record a video on secure introduction, which is the proper way of introducing Vault tokens in environments. And we'll take a look at that. But for now, for simplicity, we're just going to have the real token and not an unwrapped token, and not a wrap token. And renew token, in this case, I said false. You probably will want to have it as true for a Consul-Template to renew the token. Syslog, if you want to write to syslog. And this is where it's important to look at the template itself now. So you look at the source. So the source file, as you can see, it's a grafana_cert.tpl, TPL for template. And then the destination, where we're going to render the actual certificate, in grafana cert.pem. The permissions that I want with this destination file, and a command to run after the template is rendered. In this case, I'm going to restart my Docker container for this automation Grafana container that I have. And then the second template to render is for the key, for the private key. So you can see the template again, source, destination. Once again, we're restarting a container when we're done. All right, well, what do these template files look like? This uses Go's templating engine. So you see here, we're pulling from the secret at the path, the PKI path that we have. Here we say a TTL of 30 seconds. So as we call on Vault to create a certificate for us, give us 30 seconds worth. The common name is the fully qualified domain name that I have for the server, and then also the IP of the server as well, so that they're both inside of the certificate. You can go either to the fully qualified domain name or the IP address and you'll be okay. And then this is where we're grabbing the certificate from, and then finally ending the template statement here. The same thing happens with the Grafana key. Everything is the same except here where we're calling on the private key. And what it will look like is, let's take a look at the actual files themselves. Let's clear this. So here you can see the template file, and then the actual PEM, and then the key and the actual key.pem. So if we look at the cert PEM, it's going to render exactly how we want it based on the template that we gave it, right? So that's the exact same template that we saw earlier inside of Visual Studio Code. So as you can see here, it's just going to grab certificate and put it in the file for Grafana to pick it up. But of course, to pick it up, we have to restart the Docker container where Grafana lives. Okay, perfect. So let's get started and run this. So let's go ahead and look at Docker for the Grafana container here. So it's been up for 37 minutes. Okay, I just ran it before recording. So let's clear that. And let's grab the command. I believe it's here. Consul-Template. Consul-Template. Oh, it didn't register for some reason. Let's grab it from our file here. So Consul-Template, and you specify the config file that we have. Okay, and we're going to run it in the foreground just to show you what the logs look like. You probably want to send it to the background or use systemd to run it. And if we go ahead and look at Docker again, you should see that it's up for 13 seconds. Sorry, where is it? Yeah, up for 13 seconds already here, the Grafana container. And let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's refresh this. Here's our website. It's good to go. Let's look at the certificate. Okay, everything is good to go. Everything is valid. And you can see November 4th, 2020 to November 4th, 2020. Let's get into the details. Valid from November 4th, but what's important here is the actual valid from to valid to. For some reason it shows a minute. It doesn't really matter. We have the TTL for 30 seconds, but you can see here it's only valid for a minute. So if we wait a little bit, this certificate should not be good, right? So it needs to it's hard to find when it's expired, except if I stop the Consul-Template server. So let's see here if it picked up the new certificate. 53 to 54. Okay, so let's remember this, 53 to 54. And this already reloaded a bunch of times, as you see here. Where is it? There it is. It's up 11 seconds. And as you can see here in the Consul-Template logs, it keeps reloading the container. Let's take a look at the certificate again. 54 now to 55, right? So it's a new certificate with a new from time and valid to time. So this will continue to renew without me having to do anything. As we saw earlier, it's picking up the certificate, it's creating a new certificate in Vault, bringing it back, storing it in the proper folder where Grafana knows to pick it up, rebooting the Docker container for Grafana, so Grafana is able to pick up the new certificate and private key, and all is done automatically for you. So this is how you automate it. Now, one last thing here I want to do, and that is to change the TTL here. So first of all, let's stop the Consul-Template server. If you wait a little bit, the certificate should be invalid at this point. So let's see here. Let's see when the expiry is. 3:56 right now. It is 3:56. So if we just wait another minute or so, this should be no longer valid. While that happens, let's go ahead and change the TTL here. We'll change it to 90 days, so 3 months. I believe that's what Let's Encrypt does usually. So let's do that. That's 2160 hours. Oops. Let's try this again. 2160 hours. Okay, let's do the same thing for the key. Should give us 3 months. Okay, and we're going to start this in just a second. Let's check on our certificate. Let's reload this. And it's probably caching it. So let's double check here. Oh, there you go. See, certificate has expired. It's not valid, right? So this is not a valid certificate. Chrome is caching it. So if we go ahead and open an incognito window and say Docker, there you go. See, your connection is not private. Error certificate date is invalid. So we know that this is no longer a valid certificate. So let's go ahead and start our server again, the Consul-Template server. It's going to go ahead and pick up a new certificate now for 90 days and reload the Docker container for Grafana once again. Okay, so this should be reloaded now. Let's go ahead back to our site here, reload this. Okay, certificate now is valid from November 4th, just today, to February 2nd. So that should give you those 90 days, 3 months. And that wraps things up. The one thing to consider here is how you're going to deliver the Consul-Template agent to all your servers to have it automatically renew certificates for you. So there are a number of ways of doing that. One way is if you're building new servers or new VMs, you probably want to create an image for those, whether you're deploying in VMware or you're deploying in Azure or AWS or what have you. And when you do that, you probably want to use Packer to have to embed the Consul-Template inside your image, so it's there ready to go. Another way of doing this is to use a configuration management tool such as Ansible, and have Ansible deploy your Consul-Template agent in all the destination servers that you have. And from there, you can also add the configuration necessary for the agent to pick up where it needs to pick up the certificate from, and where it needs to drop the certificate into which folder, and so on. And this will automate the process of renewal for you in a distributed fashion. So hopefully this has been a helpful video to understand how to automate certificates and how to deploy the Consul-Template agent and what it does. Thanks for watching.